I would hope that she is still alive somewhere, but we also have to be open to the idea that is no longer a possibility.
The lead investigator in charge of the Summer Wells case spoke out today, and he didn't sound hopeful.
Gone through reams and reams of data. We've collected statements. We've chased down every credible lead that has been given to us.
Welcome to Reporter Room, where we seek truth and justice. My name is Jessica Della Davies. I'm an investigative journalist, and today we're going to discuss the investigator and the fact that it sounds like they're losing hope in the Summer Wells case. We're also going to talk about narcissistic supply, narcissistic parents, and the ability of them to push children into specific roles within their family. Two of the common roles that have been identified are the golden child and the scapegoat. And we've all seen photos of the Wells family, and we have three little ones with their heads shaved and not looking well fed, while the other one looks healthy and has a beautiful head of hair. Everything I'm sharing with you today is my opinion, and opinions are not facts, so please don't send any negativity to anyone, anytime, anywhere. Let's be decent and kind to each other. Thank you to all of our subscribers and viewers. You guys are the rock stars of Reporter Room. So the golden child is the favorite child of the narcissistic parent. However, this isn't your ordinary garden variety type of favoritism. As is often the case with narcissists, it takes favoritism to an extreme level. In fact, children can be assigned the role of the favored child or the golden child due to birth order, attractiveness, or a talent in sports or music. Sometimes it's the child who simply identifies most strongly with the narcissistic parent. In contrast, scapegoating is a group dynamic where a child or an adult is singled out by the rest of the group and becomes the target of blame and other negative treatment. This negative treatment is taken to the extreme by narcissistic parents, and it can manifest as poor treatment and sabotage. The relationship between the golden child and scapegoat can vary depending on how the golden child treats the scapegoat. Often the golden child will feel sympathy for the scapegoat, but sadly, sometimes the golden child joins in and piles on negativity to the child that's being scapegoated. A narcissistic parent will not do anything to reunite their children because they gain power by pitting their children against each other. In fact, they will do everything in their power to continue to pit their children against each other. This is called triangulation. Was this the dynamic that played out in the Wells household? We know that family scapegoating is a group dynamic, and children who are commonly chosen assume this role and can often have low self-esteem. You may have encountered this role in your own life. When the scapegoat does return to their family after maybe taking a break away, the narcissist will often love bomb them and insist repeatedly that they love them. However, it's just another form of a manipulation, because an apology without change is nothing more than manipulation. So how did this dynamic occur in the Summer Wells home? We see pictures of three children looking gaunt and with shaved heads. In contrast, we see the oldest child with a beautiful full head of hair and a healthy body weight. Dawn and Candus have given conflicting reports in the same interview regarding the shaving of Summer's hair. While Dawn stated she tried to shave her head, I think you can see it in some of the pictures, it was getting out of control, and we decided to shave her hair off and let it grow back. Her mom shaved her hair too, so she, talking about Summer, wouldn't feel bad, and pause, but it didn't bother her. In contrast, Candus said in the exact same interview, I quote, I shaved my head, she wanted to shave her head like me, and the boys did. So why is there a discrepancy in the reason that a little girl who likes to dress up as a princess would have her head shaved? Is it true that Candus shaved her head in solidarity with Summer? Or did Summer want her hair shaved? Does it make sense that a little girl who likes to dress up as a princess and a ballerina would want her hair shaved off? If you grew up in this dynamic in your household, whether you were the goat or the golden child, be aware of people-pleasing behaviors. Both the golden child and the scapegoat will be at a higher risk of being people pleasers. Also, you may be attracted to partners who want to manipulate you. Developing healthy boundaries and understanding that if you do have contact with a narcissistic parent, that you need to be aware of their personality disorder and make sure that they're not able to trigger you. Remember, as a child who has survived this dynamic in your household, you will want to be sure you don't repeat this pattern in your own home, because this behavior can be cycled down from generation to generation. Narcissists aren't born, they're created. So did this dynamic cycle down in the Wells home? Is this what happened between Grandus and her daughters Candus and Rose? And was this a contributing factor as to what happened to Summer? It's highly unusual for a parent of a missing preschooler to speak negatively about a child once the child is gone. In fact, you will typically see parents of a missing child elevate the missing child to an angel-like status. However, Candus's comments on the Chris McDonough show indicate that Summer may have been the family's scapegoat. So a narcissistic parent has low self-esteem and believes they can only be understood by someone of a higher education or higher intelligence, and you get the idea. So a child's normal needs of nurturing, sustenance, and care can feel like a bother to a parent who is a narcissist. And this type of personality puts their own needs ahead of those of their children. We see this dynamic playing out in both Dawn and Candus's behavior. Their desire for a nicer car was more important than providing a decent bed for their children to sleep in. The desire for vapes were more important than providing Summer lunch on June the 15th, the day she disappeared. When narcissistic parents are confronted with a child who has a strong personality, their reaction is often to degrade, neglect, and even harm that child. Remember, neglect is the easiest way to cause harm in a child's life, because all a parent has to do to be neglectful is to do nothing at all. In Summer's case, we know that on June 15th she was not provided basic care or supervision at the watering hole, allegedly. No life vest, no car booster seat, and no lunch. On a personal note, if you survived a narcissistic parent and then sought help in the form of therapy, you will want to learn to set clear boundaries and be mindful of not repeating patterns in your own childhood family home. Work to seek out positive people and healthy relationships, because you deserve good things. If you survived this dynamic in your family, whether you were the scapegoat or the golden child, you may find that getting along with your siblings can be stressful. The golden child doesn't come out of the situation unscathed either, because they are also being manipulated. So think about how triangulation played out in the Wells household, because I do believe we also saw this dynamic play out between Candus and H and Allie. Candus was offering H allegedly twisted teas and vapes, which were inappropriate for a 14-year-old. And Allie was reportedly calling authorities in an effort to get her minor children home. So Candus was coming in between a mother and her child. What do you guys think about this? And are you losing hope of finding Summer safely? Please subscribe and leave me a comment.